Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss chapter 5, World of Plant. In these chapters we will discuss some topics. Reproduction, second one is structure of sheet, third one is dispersal of sheets. Before we start our topic, I want to say about plant. So, to start it with riddle, what does that things that can breathe like a little organism but cannot move from one place to another? Yes, the answer is plant. So, today we are going to discuss about plants. It's chapter 5, name of chapter is World of Plants. You must have studied in your previous classes about plants and the part of plants, but we will find a step further, a step ahead. Now you must be wondering something there, from where to do we get this increased number of plants in the world around us. Yes, the plants can get is by the process called a reproduction. So, the very first topic that we will study about is called a reproduction. Now, what is a reproduction? The process by which living things produce new living things of their own kind is called a reproduction. Dear children, there are many different types of plants in the world. They are categorized into the two categories. One is a flowering plants and another is a non-flowering plants. The flowering plants mostly reproduce by the sheets or stem, and the non-flowering plants, they reproduce through spores, words, roots, etc. So now we will see the different method for reproducing of plants. So, dear children, you see the chart for the plants reproduce through. First sheets, second one spores, and third roots, leaves and stems. This is known as a vegetative part. Now we discuss one by one about them. First one is reproduction from sheet. Most of the plants reproduce through sheet. So before that we have to first see structure of sheet. So here I made a structure. These all are the main part of sheet. Here you can see this is the sheet coat. This is the sheet coat. Their outer covering you can see, this is a sheet coat. It provides protection to the sheet. Then you can see the tiny structure inside the sheet. So the upper part of this known as a plumule, and the lower part of this known as a radicle. Plumule gives rise to shoot and radicle gives rise to root. Yes. Under this you can see a small dot like structure. This is known as a micropyle. It is a small hole like structure in this sheet. Through this micropyle the water can insert into the sheet. Then this part, the remaining part of this known as a cotyledon. Yes, there are different types of sheet. Some of sheets they have two cotyledon and some of sheet they have one cotyledon. The food stored in cotyledon, which is very useful for growth of plants. This is the structure of sheets like gram, peas. These have two cotyledon, and some seeds like a wheat, maize, rice, etc. These all having one cotyledon. Dear children, reproduction of seeds occur only when seeds will germinate. If the seed germinate, then reproduction can occur. So now we will learn about germination of seed. So what is a germination? Germination is the development of seed into a new plant. This is known as a germination. So you can see the different stages of germination of seed. So these are the different stages of germination. You will sow the seed into the soil. After that you will give some water and it will may absorb nutrients from the soil. So first the outer layer of seed will be brushed out. After that the root start to grow, and after some time shoot system will be started. This is the shoot system, and it means to shoot will appear. When the first leaf develop, then that time plants will prepare own food by its own through the help of sunlight. It means by the process of photosynthesis. Now what is the most important things required for germination of seed? So water, air and sunlight. Water, air and sunlight. These three things required for germination of seed. Now it may happen that sometime seed will germinate and sometime it may not germinate. So why it is so? Because some of the seeds are consumed by animal, human being as in the form of food. We are consuming grain like rice, wheat, etc. and other factor is the sum of the hard condition like a heat, rain. They may damage the seed. Now second one is spores. Means reproduction from spores. So what is a spores? What is a spores? Spore is a teeny seeds like structure. It is similar to seed only. This can be observed in a fern plant. You can observe small green spot which are under the side of leaf. Later this green spot will become brownish black in color. After some time they will fall on the soil and it will give rise to a new plant. This is the reproduction of spore. Third one is roots. Means reproduction from root. Those plants which reproduce from the root, example are carrot, sweet potato, radish. If you want to do an experiment at your home, you can do it also. So for that you need one sweet potato. Take one bottle or container, fill with the water and keep that sweet potato in it. Half of the part should be outside and half of the part should be in container which is filled with water. After few days you will be observe teeny shoots are coming from the sweet potato, and later this tiny shoot will be grow into a new plant. Now reproduction from leaves. You can observe this is a mature leaf of Birophyllum plants. Birophyllum is a circulum plants in which the leaves are very thick and fleshy. you will see some tiny shoots are coming from the mature leaf. You cut the section, and if you planted these leaves in the soil, it will give rise to a new plant. Now last one is reproduction from stem. Potato, ginger, rose, sugarcane are the example of reproduction from stem. Dear children, you can see and you can do one experiment by your own. If you have potato with word, you can take potato, just put into the soil, and that potato after a few days will grow into a new plant. Now even rose plants that can also be grown from stem. You can one small section of stem, if it put in the soil, thereafter some days you will observe that few shoots are coming from stem. And another example, ginger. Yes, you can also take a ginger with a word and plant it in the soil, and that will give rise in a new plant. Dear children, potato and ginger, it is the form of the stem itself is a stem. The food storage of that plant take place in the stem. So potato and ginger are nothing but they are stem part. Dear children, in this video we learned up to this only. The remaining topic we will discuss in another part of our next video.